TJ was really, really dropping knowledge about a whole lot of stuff. Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So listen, before you came on, I told him how you was avoiding me for so long with this interview.
Nah.
I'm just joking. I'm just glad we're here now. So first I want to tell you thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to us. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
And then second, I'll let you know how it's going to go. I'll start off with one of my questions, and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay?
I got you.
All right. So tell us how you got started being into cars and racing.
Shit. My dad been racing pretty much all his life. And I used to go with him and help him out and look, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I was brought up in it. That's pretty much it with it. I did bracket racing. I did a few heads up racing and everything. But as far as like what I'm doing now, like I had no idea I was going to have fun and enjoy this, you know what I mean? But after going to, what was that event? The first time watching Boost Out the Beat, Don't Mess. And I've been hooked ever since.
So what made you just decide to start big rim racing?
It's different. You know what I mean? It ain't just about spending a whole bunch of money, putting on slicks, seeing how fast you can get. You actually got to really try to go fast. You know what I mean? So I enjoy the challenge, really.
Do you have a whole camp of people, or is it just you?
I got a few shots behind the car now. You know, when I first started, I only had 2. But I got a group, like a whole slew of people now, you know, helping me out, trying to get the car where it need to be. So it's coming along, you know.
You know why? Because they saw you fast. You know, when they see you fast, they want to get behind you. Now, see, it's like, what is that, Mike Jones? It's like Mike Jones. Back then, they ain't want you.
Man, I'm all right. You know, I ain't gonna say I sound fast, you know what I mean? But I will say this, you know what I mean? Before we get way down in the show that I'm gonna be on Silent Killer ass, though. So that's at every show. So I hope he watches. He always watches. Oh, he always, you know, me and Silent Killer, we go back and forth, man. You know, we both like to race. It ain't even really about the money, man. Like, we probably can run each other the whole event back to back to back. You know what I mean? We just both like to race, man. So I like that about him.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I like that about him.
I actually was saying that before you got on here. A couple things I really, really love about, because I had been seeing you before, but I actually didn't get the opportunity to meet you until we was actually in Carolina. Right. So a couple things I love about you is, one, you actually want to race. It ain't like you know how some people, we know, being in the big rim culture, some people, they going to pick their races, they going to pick and choose their races, they got to be in front of a whole lot of people to race, how they say Hollywood, right? That's one of the things that I love about you. You actually, I think Savvy put it well, you are what we would consider a racing purist. The other thing is, you're very, very humble. Even when the situation don't call for you to be humble, you're still humble.
I mean, I don't see no point of, you know, getting heated, fussing, or, you know, going live and all that. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, I just want to race. You know what I mean? Like, shoot. And all this downtime is like, it's boring because I want to be racing. You know what I mean? So, win or lose, I'm good. You know what I mean? So, it don't really bother me as much.
What is your favorite part of big rim racing?
The challenge of getting down multiple tracks. Like, every track ain't the same. So, you know. Go ahead. Nah, I was just saying, you know, when you first get to a track, man, you got to go in your laptop and figure it out. You know what I mean? You can't just go to a track and apply one tune and go fast everywhere you go. That take the fun out of it. So it ain't really who got the fastest car anymore. It's really who can get down the track. And after racing Boost so many weekends, I really don't care who I sit beside. You know what I mean? I ain't got no fear or I'm scared. You know, I sit beside anybody. You know, it don't really make me no difference.
Probably because you already done been sitting next to Goliath so much. Because you know what? People ain't going to never admit this. But you know they scared of Boost Doctor. He kind of like Candyman. They don't say his name too many times.
Oh, man. Yeah, true that. True that. The man fast, man. And I learned a lot watching him, you know what I mean? Rolling with him, seeing what he got going on. Like, he know his shit. For real.
I was talking about him today. He's a triple threat because he fixes on the car. He tunes the car. He does, if not 100% of the stuff for his car, at least 90% of the stuff for his car.
Oh, no, it's 100%. He do 100% for his car.
Them folks scared of him. And I think you got the potential for them to be scared. And I know a few of them scared of you already. But you definitely got the potential for them to. And what makes it that much worse is you gonna beat them and you ain't gonna get on the internet and do all that extraness. You gonna just beat them and it's gonna just be like, dang.
I mean, the fans gonna do that for me. You know, ain't no point of me doing it. So.
Right. What's your least favorite part of Big Rim Racing?
Honestly, trying to stay, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say trying to stay relevant, man, but just trying to be able to hit all the shows. You know, that's my least. I don't really like. It's kind of hard to go to every show. You know what I mean? Because you might have a show in Carolina, the next show might be in Memphis, and it might go from Memphis to Georgia. You know, I mean, everybody can't go to everybody's show. You know what I mean? I want to go, but I can't. But this year gonna be a little different. So I should be at a whole lot more shows this year than I was last year.
Okay. If you have not before built your dream car, what is your dream car to build?
Shit, the car I got now.
That's your dream car?
It wasn't my dream car, but I wanted a fast car. I always wanted a fast car. Like, every car I've owned has been fast. Like, I think my first purchase, I bought a Honda S2000. It was quick, you know what I mean? It was a coupe, fast. I went from there to Subaru STI. That was fast. I blew this shit up, tore it down, built the motor, put it back together, you know, ran it for a while. And then I just been knee-deep into this old school.
Mm-hmm.
So
you was one of them Honda guys?
Nah, really. I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I was a Rydes or nothing like that, but I just like different shit. So I ain't have a turbo on the Honda I had, but when I finally learned about turbo and how it worked, I ain't looked back yet.
What made you go with the type of car you have?
Riding with my homeboy Andrew. He got he had an LS Swap. Still got an LS Swap Volvo. And like it's doing fast, you know.
Right. Why do you think in Big Rim Racing it's so much, I guess, what they would consider capping? Like, it's so much. They talk so much. Why do you think it is?
Man, right now, it's almost equivalent of wrestling. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta keep everything. Right now, ain't nobody really racing, so it's kind of like keeping everybody entertained until the season start. Because when the season start, all that talking over with. You know what I mean? It's time to race now. And a lot of the people that are talking gonna race. Some ain't. You know, I don't really do all that talking because I know when I get to the track, I'm a race. You know what I mean? The only thing that really keep me from racing if they start betting large amounts of money. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got it like that. So hopefully they'll have a shootout at every event. You know, I sit beside anybody in the shootout, so it is what it is after that.
I gotta tell you, we as fans, well, I won't say we. The large majority of the people that I know love and respect the people that don't do all that talking. It's entertaining, it's cute, but at some point you gotta race, and there's some of them, they ain't gonna do nothing but talk. You know that, right? They not gonna race.
I see it. I just, I get on the live, I look. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Good entertainment to give me through my workday.
Somebody asked, where did the Pontiac originate from? Was it bought, or did you buy it, or was it passed down?
It really won't pass down. It was the first car I learned how to drive in. My granddaddy taught me how to drive in that car. And I had thought my father sold the car, but he really just pulled it to the way back in the back of the yard, and the trees just grew all around it, so I kind of found it on accident. And I was like, well, shit, we need to get that car. I'm going to do something with it. So it sat in the woods for over 15 years.
Wow.
And I just pulled it out, cleaned it up, you know what I mean? And I really haven't done nothing major to it, you know what I mean? It's just the neck. I mean, there ain't nothing really major done to it, like, honestly.
You want us to believe that?
I mean, that's quick, but as far as, like, I put it like this, I didn't, do no alter frame, restoration, replace all that stuff, like, I really did. You know? I just did what needed to be done and fixed what needed to be fixed.
Oh, this is a good question. What is the difference? What do you see as the difference between race talk and disrespect?
When they get personal, when they start talking about stuff outside of racing, like family or what you do or where you work at, how much money you got, when it start going like that, it's obviously you can see now that they're not going to race you now. They're trying to find a reason to hurt you so you don't race. You know what I mean? That's how I see the difference in that.
Right. Back when you started big rim racing, did you ever think it'll be as big as it is now?
Hell no. Like, I wasn't expecting to even go this far. Like, my first big rim race was at Piedmont. And Boost held a show when I went. I was testing every weekend at different tracks. I think I went a month and a half testing at all the different tracks, trying to get the feel of what I need to do. Went down there were 4 cars. Of course, 2 of them broke, so I immediately had to run boost out.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? He ain't as fast. He was fast, but he not as fast as he was now. You know what I mean? So he made his best pass he ever made in the car that day. And I did too. And I was still tuning with the car. I was still rusty and everything. Wasn't fancy about it. So it was like an underdog car. Didn't nobody expect it to be fast. So when I took off, I carried the tire all the way through the 60 foot.
Uh-huh.
We ain't had no suspension work done, so it drove like a Cadillac. So, it was a crowd pleaser though. You know what I mean? Like, everybody liked the car after that point.
So did you beat him that day, or did he beat you?
Hell no, I ain't beat him. Like, he whooped my ass.
He got you.
I beat Boost one time at Union. And that's because I figured out the track before he did. We were testing. And he put too much power in the car and couldn't get down the track. So I told him I'm going to hold it over his head forever.
So what's y'all record?
Shit. I beat him once. He done beat me down. Shit. A lot of times. I can't even count. Because I run him a lot locally. We got a lot of hard tire events we do locally. And it's normally me and him in the finals. And he always win. So he got a couple of videos when we was in the finals that he won. So, once you race, go ahead.
So he like your kryptonite?
Nah, really. I feel like I'm going to eventually beat him when we on a perfect pass. But I'm definitely going to need some help. I ain't going to be able to do it by myself. You know what I mean? The man knows too much.
If you let him help you, you think he'll race you?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Before you started big rim racing and when you were just watching, who was your favorite big rim racer?
Honestly, don't mess. Like, for real. Like, I used to watch all his shows on YouTube, and, you know what I mean? I watched his car from where it was to where it is now, because really wasn't nobody doing it. He went everywhere, won. Couldn't nobody beat him, you know what I mean? But it seemed like when Don't Mess a Bill, and that was a turning point, and everybody wanted to do it after that. So that's what it was then.
So now, who is your favorite big rim racer?
Honestly, I got a variety. I don't just have one person, man. You know what I mean? Like I like Primo, like his car. I like Harris Boy's car. You know, I like a lot of the guys that's coming in now. You know what I mean? Because it make the culture better. Because you got a lot of new people that's actually racing and actually winning. Because when everybody that's supposed to win, it really ain't nothing. Because we knew they were gonna win. But when somebody win that wasn't supposed to win, you know what I mean? That kind of just like it draws mad attention to the event.
Right. Who are the two people? What would you, if you could see any two people race each other, who would be the two people you would want to see race each other?
Blue Magic and Boost Up.
What? That would be a good race.
Yeah.
Any predictions on who's gonna win, or do I even need to ask?
It's hard to say, man. You know what I mean? It really is. Right now, mile an hour wise, they got the fastest car. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say ET wise, cause I don't know the ET or what they running. You know what I mean? But it's the truth.
So, I'm gonna ask you five questions, and just say whatever first comes to mind. Two Fly or Hollywood?
Two Fly.
Boost Doctor or Mr. Hensley?
Boost Doctor.
CEO Larry or who else is another Malibu? Dang, he sold it. I can't say him. Okay, CEO Larry or Boost Doctor?
Boost Doctor.
I think you kind of partial to Boost Doctor.
No, like I watch the race, you know what I mean? Like I don't just be ugly, like I really be watching the races, you know what I mean? Honestly, if you take the best guys that race now, like the top 5 people that's always racing and winning, and you take them and put them on a track that we run on in North Carolina, they would not get down the track. Like, because everybody can't tune their car. Like, there's a lot of nice cars out there. They got all the top of the line stuff. But if you can't do nothing to it, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna get down the track. Like, for real.
Who do you think was the rookie of the year last year?
I don't know dude's name, but he got that purple Malibu.
Terrell.
Yeah.
Terrell.
Him and Silent Killer. You know what I mean? They kind of like hand to hand.
Was Silent Killer a rookie though last year?
I mean, kinda. You know what I mean? He did more racing last year than the year before.
So who would you think is the most underrated big rim racer?
Underrated. Me, of course.
Outside of yourself.
Shit. Can you give me you mean like that's new or like popular?
I think it's John Boy. I think he underrated. I think a lot of people count him out. He done beat some people that people didn't think he was gonna be able to beat. I think they don't really give him credit. He's probably, mile-wise, he's probably the most traveled with no team.
Oh, yeah. John Boy got that. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing you say about it. John Boy traveled everywhere last year. The only downside was a lot of the places he went, they really want no racing. You know what I mean? So hopefully this year every event to do a shootout. That way there'd be racing outside of all the girls' races and stuff like that.
Do you think racers should get paid to come to races?
Yeah, to some degree. Like, I ain't gonna say, you know what I mean, when you first get out there, no. When I first started, I wasn't expecting to get paid. You know, once you get out there and you start winning, you start being recognized and getting to a certain level. Yeah, I feel like you should get some money. You know, I ain't saying like thousands of dollars, you know what I mean? But you should still get some money. If not, wave the gate. I honestly feel like if you come in a race at any event, the driver that's racing shouldn't pay the gate no way. Because everybody coming to see that person and who else bring their car race.
Do you think you'll ever throw a show?
Possibly. Like I've done a couple, but it won't never like on no big rim level. You know what I mean?
What was it? Just like street cars or what was it?
No, we do like small little hard tire shootouts around here locally, but you know it ain't nothing like paying out what big rim racing is paying out.
Something happened with your sound. I don't know what happened.
Give me just a minute. No.
Yeah, I can hear you. He said he got a point. The thing about paying them is he said only if the races are going to go as planned. I have been at races where, and it's not my circus or my monkeys whether they got paid, but I will say I've been at races where we expected to see all these races, or you know, they talked about all these races that was going down, and then we might have saw one or two races.
Right.
And as fans, that's just disheartening. We don't spend our money to fly or drive and get hotels and pay the gate, and then we might see one or two races. Now that is just aggravating.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of races that happen, but it's kind of hard to say because cars break. You know what I mean? You can get there, got everything planned, got your money in your pocket, ready to bid, and make the first pass and break something. So that's one pair of cars that's not going to run. And if that happens to the next set, so you got a lot of cars and nobody raced because they broke. They didn't go there to break. That's just what happened.
Right. He said they do so much talking like they on a talk show.
Like I said, man, it's like wrestling.
Now that's coming from an actual big rim racer saying it's like wrestling.
It is.
One time, I think that must have been in like 2020. I was like, you know what? I'm done with big rim racing. I ain't gonna be able to do it no more. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to these races and I don't see no racing. I'm sick of this. I can't do it no more. This was in like 2020. I probably was retired from big rim racing all of probably maybe 1 month. And then I was like, it's just so interesting. The reason that I go to these races, the reason that I love big rim racing is because it's something about seeing a pretty fast car.
Right.
It's something about seeing a car, a dunk or whatever on rims go that fast down the track. But lately, the cars ain't as pretty. The cars ain't, they really turning into full out race cars. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like it was gonna happen eventually because everybody can't afford to, like I said, make a car pretty, clean, fast, show car. You know what I mean? Everybody can't swing it. You know what I mean? I say for myself, when I first came out, I wouldn't even worry about being pretty. I just want to be fast. That's it. You know what I mean? But I would say this year, my car is going to be pretty. You know what I mean? I am taking the time to make it presentable. So, but I mean, yeah. Now some of the guys like the off the frame, they paint the frame, they replacing everything. You know what I mean? Like everybody can't do that, man. You know what I mean? Like that's just everybody can't do it. That's just like another league of cars. But all the cars that's been coming to chassis, Lexan windows, and they really ain't a car no more. I mean, I get it, but eventually you're going to have to put them into a class by themselves. Like, honestly. Because they're going to keep coming and keep coming.
Yeah, I've seen some cars recently, and I just was like, oh my goodness, this car is a full out race car. And then I think it's kind of the guys, a lot of the guys really can't talk smack because guess what? They got one seat in their car. The windows tinted because you can't, they don't want you to see that they ain't got nothing in the car. Right. They just, it's dim in the bottles in the car. Right. But on the other hand, I don't know. I think I'm developing a love-hate relationship for Big Rim Racing. Because, like I say, I always, like, I've been watching Big Rim Racing since the East Coast Rider days. Since Murphy was racing on the street.
Right.
But now, everybody at the track, you know, the boys down south. I mean, I'm pretty sure everywhere they racing. But the boys down south, you know, they get in their cars racing down the street and they were just racing last night.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So, I don't know for fans like me who originally got into it because I just wanted to see pretty fast cars. I don't know where that leaves people like me because I don't know.
I mean, there's still something out there, but everybody wanting to get fast. But in all reality, if you're not fast with all the shit in your car, you're not going to be fast with the shit out your car. For real, you know what I mean? That's one reason why I ain't took the shit out my car. So.
Listen, we talked about that today. I was talking about it with some of my homeboys, right? Remember how they used to dog Boost Doctor so much because they were saying his car wasn't painted and he didn't have name brand rims? And I was like, listen, y'all is messing with that man. Y'all can't beat him now.
Mm-hmm.
So if he put some name brand rims and some paint on there, you know he probably gonna be a little faster.
Yeah, like you saying about the disrespect and race talk. If you can't beat them, you gotta find something to complain about.
Right.
That's basically what it boiled down to.
And they used to always talk about, oh, how did they used to put it? Just basically saying his car was a piece of junk. And I was like, it might be a piece of junk, y'all, but it sure is fast.
No, I won't never that, man. You know what I mean? He just always wanted to go fast, man. He didn't care about pleasing everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but they can't say that now.
Listen, I done told you Boost Dot is the candy man of Big Rim Racing. And I stand on that. Pay attention. Look on these lives and all this stuff be going on. Don't too many people say his name.
Oh yeah, I'll be saying it. I'll be up there.
So, what's coming up for you? What's in the future for you?
Right now, I'm gonna be going on tour with CC.
Oh!
Yeah.
Breaking news. So you're going to be on the Goons and Goblins pack?
Yeah.
Are you a goon or a goblin?
I don't know what he classified me as. I just know I'm going to be up there. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, man. I'm happy for you on that because I think you really deserve all the good things that's going to come your way. Because, like, I feel like you're one of the good guys in this. You know, you don't do a lot of... You kind of like... You kind of like how, you know, they call in when they need to call in the big dog. They call him in. He don't say too much. He get in the car and drive and win the race and then go on about his business and he still ain't said nothing.
Right.
So I think. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't saying I'm agreeing with you.
I think it's gonna be something special to watch. when it comes to all y'all? Do you know who all gonna be on the Goons and Goblins pack, or you just know for right now yourself?
I don't know everybody. You know, man, they a handful of people. Like I said, the man said it's gonna be different people every show. So
wow.
I can't really say who coming, who ain't coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it just all depends on who you want to come.
Okay. What's gonna be your first show this year?
I'm gonna try to go to Louisiana. That's the first show for that. But as far as like racing, I'm gonna try to hit a lot of shows in North Carolina too. So that's the plan.
You going to Hot Rodd'em show on the 26th of February? That's in Macon.
I'll probably go spectate because if I'm not mistaken, that's the 24 slicks, right?
Don't get me the line. It's gonna be a G-body shootout.
Yeah, 24 inch slicks. I ain't got none of them, so if I go, I'll be spectating. I just want to take a car.
Oh, you need some rim slick?
Yep.
Okay, Black Flag, if you on here, this man needs some rim slicks. You know what I need to do? I need to get with Black Flag and see can I get me a line of slicks. I need to get my line of slicks to be kind of like a little bit cheaper than the other ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I hear they very expensive. I don't know how much they cost.
They up there. Like, they up there.
How much does one of them tires cost?
Shit. $1,000 a piece. So $2,000 for a set of 24 inch slicks.
Listen, I remember when I was like 18, 19 and I had to buy my first set of tires. My whole set was like $800 or $850. And I cried all the way buying them tires. If I had to spend $2,000 on tires, the car would not probably be getting driven. So outside of being on the Goons and Goblins pack, what else you got coming up? Can we purchase merch? What do you got going on? What's up with you?
I ain't got that far yet as far as like, you know, getting merch and stuff made. But y'all can purchase my man Elton Bailey, Drop by Mafia Gear. You know what I mean? He'll be with me some days with merch and selling stuff. So that's the gear I've been rocking lately. So and I'm gonna do a lot of no prep. I'm gonna do a lot of no prep this year. Street car takeover, stuff like that. So outside of big rim racing, because I don't just race on rims. Like I really race my car on 15s too. So
what?
Yeah.
So you're a real racer.
Man, you gotta alternate. You know.
So other than that, what would you like for your fans, followers, supporters, I guess even your haters to know about you?
I mean, they gotta sit back and watch. Like I'm an open book. I ain't got a lot to say, you know what I mean? So they just gotta watch and see.
You know, I used to think that was a Carolina thing, that y'all don't have a lot to say. But some of y'all folks from Carolina, I ain't gonna say no names. Some of y'all talk a lot. Some of y'all talk a lot. It's definitely not you. Not you. Woodstock used to didn't talk a whole lot either. He got his days sometimes now where he be like, oh, I got time today. But I want you to know that I really respect you as a racer. I really respect you just as a person. Like she said, don't start. He said, don't start. I won't start. I'm not gonna start rides with Riley. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm gonna just keep it to myself. But I really respect how humble you are, how such just a nice guy you are. You know what I think I'm gonna start calling you?
What's
Silent
that?
but deadly.
That's kind of like silent. That's kind of like Silent Killer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And Silent Killer got a lot of stuff coming this year too. I can't wait to see what 2022 brings for all of you guys. Some of you guys I like a lot more than others, but I cannot really wait to see what the 2022 race season brings, because I really think we got a lot of dope stuff coming.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot. Everybody, there's a lot of events. What's scheduled this year? They're way more than last year. So we'll just see if we can get to all of them.
Oh, let me ask you one last question. I didn't ask this question. What did you think when you seen Primo turn the car around and run and drive back down the track when he was celebrating when he won the shootout?
I mean, that whole pass was epic. You know what I mean? Plus, my first experience meeting Primo was when I raced Rose at Silver Dollar. It was my first shootout. Boost Doctor told me to come, and I had to run Rose. And I will say, I beat him to the 8th of the mile. You know what I mean? I ain't beat him to the quarter, though. He called me. He put like half a car on me through the quarter, but Primo came and gave him my respect, told me, you know what I mean? He liked me. He liked the car fast. To me that meant a lot because he been racing for a long time, you know what I mean? So,
right.
And he been rocking with me since then. So,
right.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. Well, sir, Mr. Stedman, I appreciate you coming on today. I feel like you dodged me for a long time, but I ain't gonna, that's neither here nor there. We got it over.
Right.
I reserve the right to ask you to come back at a later date.
Okay.
Preferably after you be done kicking some butt, because I know that's what you're going to do this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, anything else you want us to know before I let you go?
No, I just pay attention to when I drop the car. It's going to look different. It's new look. So.
It's going to be a different... Okay, can I ask one question?
What's up?
Different color?
Different color?
You want to tell us what color?
Nah.
Okay.
No. But it's going to be pretty, though. You know what I mean? It's going to be fancy and all glittery and stuff like that. Something to look at.
It was already something to look at. The car wasn't bad before, but I can't wait to see the new look. When can we expect to see it?
Shoot. I don't know. It should be done here next month or so. But I don't know what's the first event I'm going to go to with it. Because there's still a couple of things I want to put on the car. A lot of safety equipment. A lot of people need it. You know what I mean? Honestly, because the car's getting real fast. So, yeah.
So since you ain't had no safety equipment on it before, that means it's going to be much faster too then, huh? See, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Not yet, but it's coming. I'm going to start the season off with my same setup, but eventually it's going to change.
Okay. Well, Stedman, I appreciate you coming on today. Thank you for sitting down. Thank you for, look, he told me this. Oh, so you a goon. He said that's a Carolina goon there. So I appreciate you coming on today and taking time out of your schedule to talk to us. And I can't wait to see what 2020 brings for you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.